You know, it's easy to look at the guy that stands up on stage, but Mel won't let me wear my shorts and t-shirt up here. I mean, I just would like you to know who I really am. So here I am today with my suit on in front of you. But I started in direct sales when my wife and I, who was my fiance back then, Courtney, we were $50,000 in debt. We had $25,000 worth of student loans. I was going on for my master's degree in clinical psychology, which my mom, who is here today, was plenty proud of because, you know, I was probably voted most likely to go nowhere in high school at that point. So they were just impressed that I got accepted to college, yet alone graduate college. I was working on my master's degree in clinical psychology, and I'd also created $25,000 worth of credit card debt. Anybody familiar with credit card debt in here? What, are the rest of your shoulders broken? 80% of the room has a credit card debt of $8,000 or more. Here we were, $50,000 in debt. With a master's degree in clinical psychology, I got out into the job market and found I was worth about $8 an hour in the job market. Now, you don't need to be a CFO like Tim O'Shea to figure out this math problem. $50,000 in debt, $8 an hour in the job market. I was going to be in debt. We were going to be in debt for a long time. I did what any good red-blooded young American male would do at that point in time. I got my wife, Courtney, who was my fiance back then, to support me 100% financially. And I grew my hair long, and I started following the Grateful Dead. You say, well, Jerry, how does that going to help me think differently? Pay attention. I always tell this story because the one thing that stops most people from getting what they want, being what they want to be, doing what they want to do, and having what they want to have are two stinky, silly words. I can't. You know, we spend a lot of time talking about the things we can't do. We spend a lot of time making the list of reasons of why we can't do something. I tell you my story today because I told you that we're going to change the way we think here and things that we say at Willow House. As design consultants, we don't want to hear, I can't. It's not allowed. You say, but Jerry, there's very legitimate situations that make me not be able to do it. Really? Yes, Jerry, you just don't understand my situation. It's the kids, it's the dog, it's the flat tire, it's the this, it's the that. Really? Things I'm going to remind you of one thing that takes away everybody's excuses. I mean, you come up to me and you say, I can't get 6 parties. You can't? A blind man climbed Mount Everest. You're telling me, and I know you're smart and sassy and intelligent, you're business women. You're telling me that if a blind man climbs Mount Everest, that you can't find yourself a couple parties to go out and sponsor a few people from? I won't buy it. A blind man climbed Mount Everest. Now that, I want to know how he did that. I got all my faculties. I run 5 miles almost every day. I can't climb Mount Everest. So that will be removed. So I tell you my story because the first reason I want you to change is I can't. I don't want to hear that. I don't want you to say that. You might have to, what you're going to have to say is, I don't want to. So you're going to have to be honest with us. I don't want to. It's not that you can't. You don't want to, or you choose not to. So I tell you my story from where we started so you know where it comes from. So we got into direct sales. I was sitting in front of the TV with a cold bottle of beer where you would have found me at any point in any given night back in those days. And my wife comes home from a meeting. And she comes home with all these positive people. I don't know. I thought they were pyramid people at that point in time. I didn't know what to make of it. She came in the house with a bottle of waterless car wash. And there was somebody out in the audience. There's a design consultant out there that remembers me from my waterless car wash days. Came up and said hello today. But she came home with a bottle of waterless car wash, and she said to me, I think I could take this bottle of product, which is a great product. She said, I think I could take this bottle of product and make a couple $100 a month. Hey, listen, that was great. We were using Visa to pay off MasterCard, and MasterCard to pay off Visa, and Visa to pay off the third Discover card. So I thought, hey, a couple $100 a month, we might be able to actually pay for food and not use a credit card. I was like, go ahead, honey, get it done. And you know what? She did. She did. She'd come home as an accountant, after working a 12-hour day, stop at the local gas station and show and demonstrate the product. Next thing I know, there's a couple $100s in our bank account. Next thing I know, there's a couple people coming over to our apartment that I had no clue who they were, walking away with cases of waterless car wash and handing us money. I was like, man, I should have had a V8. So my first lesson there was, you know, behind every great man, there's an even better woman who's getting the job done. But I say all that to say this, we weren't really good at it. See, I wasn't really good at it in the beginning. I stunk. I wasn't good at it in the beginning. But you know, we kept at it. You know why? Because waterless car wash, I used to say, was the greatest upfront money-making opportunity in the history of direct sales. Say that again. The greatest upfront money-making opportunity in the history of direct sales, which is important because if you get somebody in and tell them they're going to make money and you show them money their very first 30 days, they stick around. So I tell you my story today to say that you can do it. Blind man can't climb Mount Everest. You can do it.